So I'm considering just doing DEFG from this recent Division 3 contest. Either that, or as always I can just take suggestions from the chat. I will immediately say that I'm not going to right now discuss kickstart problems. Theoretically it's allowed to discuss this round, which is unusual, but during this qualification round of, did I say kickstart? Google Code Jam. You can talk with others, but I think it would still be bad if I just showed you all the solutions. So no, I'm going to wait. So what do we do? Anybody in the chat participated in this Division 3 round? And can you say if it's good or not? EDR trivial, but maybe we should start with something trivial. RFG interesting? Oh, I want to display the chat, sorry. Problems till E were easy. This one has a long statement. So what about FG? Yeah, it's CodeGem, not Kickstart. Sorry if I said Kickstart. But this is 2000. And a 2000. I'm not going to open some non-English problem from another website. Okay, let's just read the statement of F and G. Maybe it will be nice, maybe not. If not, I'm skipping. And the stream will not be very long. Just a heads up. Participate in CodeGem? Yes, I am. You will even see me quite high in the leaderboard. I think I'm right now 6th. Here we go. I am 6th. But still, first place is like twice faster than me. Maybe because I was recording, explaining my thoughts a little bit. But if you look at times of solving every problem, you will see that I messed up median sort. So median sort I solved for more than an hour. I needed for that. Well, all other problems combined is like 50 minutes. So I just struggled with this problem too long. That's sad. I was 7th initially, but apparently one of people above me resubmitted maybe median sort the last test case. I think that's what happened. Codewars.com. I mean, I didn't use Codewars other than the example problem where you need to use product. If you want to practice competitive programming, then Codeforces is the place to be. What do we have here? Triangular paths. Infinite triangle made of layers, and I forgot to ping people on Discord. Number the layers from 1. It seems to be like the triangle of binomial coefficients. Pascal triangle, I think it's called, just without zeros. Okay, we have this kind of drawing. Only one. There are 2 directed edges from every vertex, but only one edge is activated. If r plus c is even, then we go to r plus 1. C. So if r and c have the same parity, then we can go left. So it will be like right, left, I think. Initially at 1, 1. You can flip which of the 2 edges from a vertex is activated, or follow an active edge. Passing through endpoints. But don't we just go down? I'm confused. Opinion on CodeGem qualification round? It was fine. First problems are easy, then other problems are hard, but they are not needed to qualify. So it's a fine qualification round. How do I go up? Second line contains R's. R is the row. Yeah. So then is it true that values Ri must be distinct? I'm a bit confused. Why streaming at 1080p? Why should I stream higher? My monitor is anyway 1080p. My resolution here is 1080p. Am I getting something wrong, guys? Are they just saying that if we cannot go up or we cannot traverse to the side, then we should sort things from the top? The things that we need to visit? Lower for my data? Oh, that's your question. Okay, you can go to YouTube and there you will be able to downgrade, I think. Right, let's make a drawing. And maybe we'll get something. Let's just draw this. By default, on the first layer, the first edge is to the left, then here it's to the right. I think that this kind of pyramid shape will be better. Or we go down or we go to the right. Okay, in the first row we go left, then here right, left, right, left, and then all the other edges just follow. It was here, then I think like that. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong. So what's interesting is that we never get to the rightmost diagonal. So by default we can move like this, and then basically I will answer some queries about pairs, like from this vertex to this vertex, in how many steps can I get? So the difference of rows will give me information on how many steps I really take. And I need to minimize the number of changes I need to make. If I move straight down like here, then I just need to force everything to change. But if the target is somewhere around, I don't know, here, so I'm fine moving some moves to the right and some moves down, then I can mix. Maybe it's important that every second diagonal is filled like this. So I think I will move like at most once down, then a lot of times diagonally, and then always down. So unless we go to the very next row, like from here to there, then assume that I can freely move diagonally. Something like that. Wanna become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers. Thank you. Can I buy subscribers too? Okay. Banned. This problem doesn't really seem pleasant to implement. I don't know. Why is chat not together with the camera? Maybe I decreased camera size? Strange. Yeah, so this thing, which column we are, that's just described by value c. So this is c equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. And then diagonal, that corresponds to, I think, r plus c. So everything here, no, I'm saying bullshit. I think it's r minus c. Yeah, so those are cells with the same value of row minus column. Same value of row is here, same value of column is those. And finally, this is same difference, row minus column, or the other way around. Are coordinates low enough that I can do linearly? No, I cannot. Up to 1 billion, and there are test cases. So I need to, in constant time, say how to quickly move from one vertex to another. All right. From here to there. Maybe it helps that the regions are disconnected. Do you see this? Like, I think every next double diagonal is separate region. This is one region. And you can get from anywhere to anything on this lower diagonal. Then there's this next region, and so on. So always you can, inside the region, move down once and then through this diagonal. But then to jump to the next region, you need to spend 1 unit. In total, I think it will be very important how many diagonals we need to cover, like where this is one diagonal, this is another diagonal. Diagonal is related very much to the value of row minus column. Like the first diagonal is all vertices where row minus column is 0 or 1. Then the second diagonal is those where row minus column is 2 or 3, then 4 or 5, and so on. And if you need to go to another diagonal, you need to make a single extra step. You need to make a change to get there. That's one thing. And also without inside one diagonal, like from here to move there or to move here, it's hard, and it takes this particular thing. It seems that it takes like n operations. What about from here to there? I will do this, so it's fine. The special case is exactly if start and target are in the same exact diagonal, like mini diagonal, not the double diagonal. If they're in the same diagonal, like here and there, red start and target, and so the row minus column is the same, and it's even, like this is 0 difference, this is difference of 2, difference of 4, and so on, then I will need linear number of steps, I think. No, I will not discuss code job. You need to wait till the contest finishes. Even though theoretically it is allowed to discuss. Does the gray arrow exist? I drew only the black ones from the drawing. The gray just means that something can be there, which basically means I can erase this and instead put that. Imagine that just always allowed arrow is down or down right. So like this is the other one, and that's for every vertex, but I'm not drawing that. It would only make the drawing harder to understand. Okay, so the solution is, if start and target are in the same diagonal and the diagonal is even, like 0, 2, 4 and so on, then I need linear number of steps, because it's like traversing 1, 2, 3, 4. Just I need to change everything, otherwise there is no way to get to the target. Otherwise, the number of steps is, I think, just equal to the number of half diagonals I need to jump between. So if we, sorry, double diagonals. If this is the first double diagonal, this is second, this is third. If I need to get from first to third, I need 2 steps, because jumping to the next double diagonal requires 1 step. That is 1 change. And that's it. This is good. Solution is easy to implement, so I will implement just for the sake of making sure that I'm right here. But it isn't pleasant. I would say it isn't an interesting problem. Code Jam tomorrow. I'm going to just upload the video today. Just when the contest ends on my main channel, there will be a video. Why did I not post on Codeforces about my stream, I wonder? I keep forgetting that. I will need to hide my screen for a moment, not to show you codes for CodeGem, because I don't want to reveal you yet codes for CodeGem. And by the way, what are we solving? This is division 3. All right, I think we're safe now. Can I joke on this on every stream? Oh, why? On what? Oh, nice Santa hat. I mean, is it really a joke? Yeah, I still didn't change my profile pic on the main YouTube channel. I'm going to do it today, I guess, before I upload the video. What if start ID 22 and end is 45, 0 indexed? I don't know, is it any special case? So let's see, 0 indexed you're saying. So the start is 0, 1. That's 0, 1, 2 and 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this is 2, 0. This is the start, I guess. And end is 4, 5. Oh, but then we cannot get there, right? Okay. At most, as you go down by 1, you can only go to the right by 1. So I am pratic. In your case, you cannot get to the target. The career in data science? Yes, I considered. We're solving C.cpp. Sorry, not F.cpp. There are test cases, then there is n and pairs. I need to sort them by row because in this order I visit them. And points are distinct, so always every next one needs to be in higher row. Okay, they are sorted, and now as I go from up, there I also need answer. I'm not sure, maybe it will exceed int by a little bit, maybe it will be 2 billion, maybe 3 billion, I'm not sure, so better safe than sorry. But I think it should be at most 2 billion, so int should fit, but whatever. For everything in points, compare one point to the next one. The rows should be different, but columns don't need to. But in particular, columns need to satisfy that. It's not only that, but yeah, I cannot decrease the column ID. And there are cases. If they are in the very same diagonal, then what? If it's even, yeah, if it's even, like the cell 1 itself and everything to the side of it, then here I need to change everything, sadly. So answer plus equal, just everything. Also by default, let's just say that the answer is the number of rows we need to traverse. This is the number of steps we make, and then I'm adding the number of changes I need to make. In this case, I need to change just everything to traverse. Here else we do nothing, because this is just that diagonal that is fully occupied. No, this one, blue, blue, blue. This is fine. But else I just need to say how many different red double diagonals I need to traverse. So I believe that ID of such red double diagonal is this. Because first we have differences 0 and 1, then 2, 3, then 4, 5. Given 4 or 5 divided by 2, it gives me 2. That will be ID of this red area. Looks good to me. Oh, assert failed. Because I'm reading incorrectly. First they give me rows, then columns. That's some annoying style of input. Why did they go with this format instead of pairs? 3, 2, 5, that's completely wrong. Cost of a path. Maybe I need to count only, does not increase. Oh, right, so I shouldn't count steps at all, just changes. So here, the initial answer is 0. Oh, that's bad. 0, 0, 0, minus 2. I don't think minus 2 is the answer. Second minus first. No, first minus second. Row is bigger than column, not the other way around. And same should be fixed here, but it doesn't matter for if values are negative or not. When I compare them, when I'm checking if it's equal. But still, I got some zeros. This is bad. So we go from 2, 2 to 4, 3. 2, 2 is this guy. Then 4, 3 is here. Let's verify that with our drawing. I'm talking about this case. So 1, 1. This is 2, 2. Third row. Fourth row. Third column. We get from here to there. And we should say, oh, this is bad news. I think it's 0. Oh, this is very bad news. Shit, I got something wrong, didn't I? Oh, is the whole drawing wrong? Why? This is 2, 2. For this we go to 3, 2. Alright. Then this is both even. I mean the sum is even. So it's like this one. 3, 1 versus 1, 1. It's the same. So it goes down. Then the next one, it just goes bottom right. This one goes down. Why is the answer 1 and not 0? If last point and current point are on even and same branch, then we add 1 also. Well, if we get from yellow to yellow, then here I see a path with blues. So is my drawing wrong? That's 2, 2, 3, 2, and 4, 3. They even showed here an edge from 2, 2 to 3, 2. If r plus c is even, then edge to r plus 1 c is activated. Like here, from 1, 1 to 2, 1. And from 2, 2 to 3, 2. Then this is odd, so there will be an edge to 4, 3. See, I think that this is 4, 3. And this whole path looks legit. This plus that. How do you get from 1, 1 to 2, 2, 4, 3? I wouldn't. Oh, initially you are at 0.11. Alright. Oof. That's very good news. So it's not that my solution is completely wrong and my understanding, my drawing, my understanding of the problem. It's just that we also have 0.11. So we really have n plus 1 points. Alright. Damn it. I insert a pair 1, 1, increase n by 1. What does it want? Unless, okay, I see. If there is 1, 1 already in the input, I shouldn't insert 1, 1. Yeah, it's the case here. Points of 0 is not 1, 1. If we don't have 1, 1 at the very beginning, because it doesn't want this automatic style of brackets, make per 1, 1. Yeah, if at the beginning after sorting we don't have 1, 1, I put it there. Now we have 0, 0, 2. Damn it. But I'm trying to get here, so yeah, cool. Now it's just that my solution does something I didn't expect. It's not that my understanding is completely wrong. From 1, 1 to 2, 2, I should have here this should be the case, right? first minus second. No, okay, that's just the distance between them, what I need. That's the number of steps I need to cover. All right, this works. Did I tell you that I don't like the problem? Why don't I use the debugger? What do I need it for here? So it doesn't work for samples, so I'm just seeing what happens for samples. Wrong answer on test 2. After inserting 1, 1, I think you should sort again. I'm inserting at the beginning. That's what points.begin means, that I don't push back it at the very end. But sure, I could also push it back, so put it at the end and then sort again. But that would be a waste of time. I don't want a problem suggestion now, because after solving this problem, I will move to G in the same contest. Assert that we move to bigger row and not smaller column. If the difference is the same, but those are two negative values, if we have something even, then we need to make a lot of steps. If not, then if odd, then it's like this blue path. We don't need to do anything else. So if it's not the case that they are in the same diagonal, just count steps between red double diagonals. Maybe there's something wrong with double diagonals. G was more stuck? Don't spoil me the solution for G, come on. No, I'm not likely going to participate in binary search contest. Those contests are fun, they are cool, it's just that I just don't participate in a lot of contests nowadays, including Codeforces rounds. Do you see any mistake with this part about moving between red parts? If I start in this first red area, this one, and I need to travel anywhere here, is it true that I need to change two edges? I will eventually be on this diagonal, like including this one. If I start in this first diagonal, so this one, my first step will always be down. Now I'm on this diagonal, this one, and I can move diagonally as long as I want to, and then it's just about going down. Let's say I got here, I move one step down by, of course, changing an edge, so that yields cost of 1. Then from here there is already an edge down, and then from there again, if I want to jump to another area, it's +1 operation. If I is equal j, then add I minus 1 to the answer. Why? Are you saying that the very first point I'm visiting has I is equal to j? Or what? I think I properly go from 1, 1 to something. But we can test that. Well, here we have a test where from 1, 1 we go to billion, billion. So nothing more I can do there. From 1, 1 to 2, 2, and then to 4, 3. Let's go to 2, 1, and then 102, 101. Oh, and of course the order is messed up, so 102 goes there, like this. 0. Is it fine? From 2, 1, there is one long path to 102, 1. this is to 1, and then we go like that, like that, like that. Yeah, it looks alright. Maybe some bug about 1, 1, maybe. If the first point is not 1, 1, then insert it. Points.begin, it will insert at the very beginning. Maybe I also should have added fast reading, otherwise I'm risking time limit exceeded, but yeah, alright. You forgot to increase n, did I? Did I? Wait, I increased n before. What's going on? Control Z. Oh, I see. So I had that here, but now I removed it, and n++ is missing. Why did it pass tests? Does it mean that in all the tests... What's going on? Oh, I see. In some tests there is 1, 1, so then there is no difference. But this will be a simple test that breaks me. Just go from 1, 1 to this. Samples were incredibly weak. Yeah, I got here answer 0 instead of billion, -1. Because I'm missing n++. And yeah, now it's fixed. Right? Thank you, Ragnaros. You guys have such long and complicated nicknames. Accepted. What was the time limit? 2 seconds. So now we have 700 milliseconds. How much does it change if I read it quickly? Those 2 magical lines to make syn and cout fast in C++. It's a lot faster. Yes, I will post CodeGem screencasts just when CodeGem ends. Difficulty of CodeGem median sort. I can give you a general recipe. Look at the leaderboard, see how quickly people in the top solved it, and then compare it with Codeforces if you want. Like, one way to judge difficulty is just to say best people in the world needed 20 minutes for it. Of course, it's not exactly that, because not everybody tried to solve it as quickly as possible. But yeah, in Codeforces you can also see like what difficulty a problem must have in order to be solvable by people in the top in around 20 minutes. So here you go. Now, you not only, instead of telling you the difficulty of median sort, I gave you a general way to check it. Does this give any benefit? I don't know. I don't think so. I thought that everybody used those 2 lines. Did I solve the hidden tests? Yes, I did. I'm telling you that, and I'm answering. My tongue is, something is wrong with my tongue today. I'm answering your question at all just because organizers allowed participants to collaborate in this round. But still, I won't give you the full solution. Normally, if it was any other contest, qualification round or not, I would not tell you anything. I wouldn't say anything about the difficulty or even about the leaderboard. Hi, Hell World. So we did F, now what about G? What was the way to here? Copy it, Control-Shift-C is supposed to work. It doesn't work. Somebody told me a method but it doesn't work. There's this is virtual machine, and when I copy out of it, there's something wrong happening, and I cannot put link outside. I thought that Ctrl-Shift-C works, but it doesn't. Anyway, this is the link. Given a string, lowercase characters, if there is something repeated at least twice, you perform the following. Choose index of this repeated character, delete the character at this position, and that's it. For Codeforces, you can apply the following sequence of operations. Remove this. Oh, okay. So I look at the string and I remove something that occurs also in some other position. Find lexicographically maximum string that can be obtained after applying sequence of operations. Then almost always we solve this by starting from saying, can I get Z at the very beginning? Then can I get Y? Can I get W? Like, we care first of all about the very first character. Say we have this as the input. Then first I need to decide if it's possible to remove characters in such a way that Z will be first. This basically means that E must be removed, but I cannot remove E, because E is unique, so it cannot be removed. This must stay here. A can be removed because it's not unique. A is also there. So Z cannot be the first character in the final string. Instead, I need to try Y. Y doesn't exist at all, then W, and so on. Eventually I will try M, K, I, all the way down to E, and I think that E can be the first character. So E will go first, and I will repeat the process starting from here, after removing all the E's. Let's see a more complicated situation. What if there is our string with multiple Z's? Like one is here, and the third one is there. How can I say if Z can be at the very beginning of the final string? It will be easiest to use this first Z, because we have so many other characters here, and we just need to check. All other characters, if they appear at all in the string, then do they appear on the right from this first Z? So to know the first character, try Z, Y, and so on, all the way down to A. And how do we try something? We find its first occurrence of, for example, Z, and check if everything exists on the right. In other words, check if I can remove everything before. I can remove only if there is still some occurrence of this other character on the right. Like here, this Z can be at the very beginning because I'm allowed to remove all those A's and I's, because there is at least one A and at least one I on the right. Code Jam competition? Yes, once it finishes I will upload a video with my screencast. Start with A, and if this is char repeated, then remove all its duplicates. I don't feel convinced. Okay, so for A I remove all but the last one, then what do I do for B? For A, I'm able to believe that we should put A as far to the right as possible. Same thing with Z. But what in between? Instead of thinking that A should be far to the right, we should just think that the first character should be maximized. That's the most important thing in maximizing lexicographically any string. Can we do it? How can we do it using stack? I don't know, I didn't think about it. I'm not going to use the stack. Why are you asking about the stack? I will copy actually this code from previous problem because of reading the input, reading test cases. What do we have? Just reading the string. That's convenient. Oh, but I will have alphabet square, won't I? I don't know if it's fast enough. If 26 times, I will try to fix the next character to use, and I will iterate from Z all the way down to A. My complexity is 26 squared times n. And maybe I think that it's enough. I think that if my constant factor is low enough, then this is good. Hydrate. Okay, good point. I will grab some water. It can be done using stack though. Alright, but I'm quite sure it can be also solved without a stack. With stack, I'm not sure. Maybe it should be done from the end, because from the beginning, I don't see how when we get a new character we can say it should pop the others on the left. It depends on frequency of stuff on the right. No, I'm not doing videos on machine learning because I'm not an expert at machine learning. I don't see why you guys want to use some complicated structures like queue and stack. Everything here will be just with primitive arrays. Like maybe a vector or a string just to gather the answer. You need some place to put the answer in, but I think that's it. You're not an expert, but we're making videos, so why? What's the point? Hedgehog Yozik? Who is Hedgehog Yozik? Oh, Jerzyk you mean. You mean the Polish word for hedgehog. When did I say it? Let's try this alphabet square thing, but eventually we will do it faster. I will get it down at the end to, I think, O of n. But that's the plan for later. First, just let's repeat 26 times. I'm looking for the next character to use. A through Z, it corresponds to values 0 through 25, of course. 25 means Z. So I'm trying to use this one, of course, unless it's already used. And I need to assume that it still appears. So maybe for all the characters in the string, for every character C in the string S, appears or exists. Exists is a simpler word. Okay, mark those that exist. If it still exists, we need to find the first occurrence. This will be easier just if I also pre-compute that. First occurrence is here on position I. The value x will be from 0 to 25. Now we'll get a little bit nicer code. Alright, now I got first occurrence of everything. If something exists, then I consider from where I'm taking the first occurrence, and this is wrong. This is wrong because if I already took some character, let's say I took Z first, so I'm using this Z, I got rid of the prefix, and I got rid of other occurrences of Z, then when I want to use the next character, it will be something from the suffix. It will be first occurrence of another character in the suffix, not first. But like if I want to now use I will use this one and not the one from here, because I used Z first. So now I needs to be from the right. So first is useless. And then as well I can just do this. Yeah, ugly stuff. Okay. I need to find first occurrence of this character starting from start. So start is position from which I am allowed to take characters. While this character is not use, ++, okay, I found the first occurrence, and now I need to check if on the right from this, position, if all other characters appear in suffix. Suffix of C of I minus A is true. So I need to check that everything. Let's also say that this very character is also there, and I need to then guarantee that in suffix is exactly the same as exists. All the characters are there. Then we're good, and we use this character. Let's just print this character then. Exists of you is false because I already used you, and we start next time from where +1. This assert is that I didn't get to the end of the loop, that always I found something. Then here I just need to say while start is not n. Okay, just okay, I will modify this to just be infinite while loop, and a standard boolean flag to say that I printed something, to know if I should break or not. Here at the end of while true, if not anything happened, then break. That's not right. I got one long line. No, it's just that for most tests I got nothing. What is going on? What do you prefer, laptop or computer for doing programming? Doesn't matter. I'm now using 2 monitors, but only because I stream. So for that, computer is better, like a big PC. I'm printing with Cout. So maybe then this will help. Okay. This single character doesn't look right. Convex hull. Everything else is okay. Just O is bad. So what happens with this O? Whenever I change the start, let's say that this new start is this. I took O and now I start from position 2. So this is from position D. It looks fine. Then why didn't I find anything else? Puts flashes the output. Yeah. So because of those two lines, I cannot mix cout with print. And puts is just like print. It should be exists, suffix not equality. Why? Why not equality? If there are some characters that I still want to take and they are in exists, then, and now I'm using, let's say, D here at the beginning. I want in this suffix, including this D, to be just all characters that are here. Please explain in simple logic. I explain as I go. Some occurrence of used character may still be in the suffix. Right. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. So if something exists, so if I want it, then mark it as appearing in the suffix. If I already used O, then I don't want to say, oh, in this suffix there is O, and I don't want O. Yeah, it's fine that O is there. Yeah, it's now O, D, R, F, so FR. Yeah, it's fine. Let's remove the printing part. And this is good to be submitted. Now I will summarize what happened. Explain the logic you're using. I'm explaining all the time. But sure, I can summarize. Okay. Also, what was the running time? This is quite slow. As I said, it's alphabet squared times n, but it is very fast. Not even close to getting time limit exceeded. All right, a drawing will be useful. Do I want to show you my code? Okay, the code will be better. And let's work with example of Codeforces. Then what do I do with this? First, I find all characters that at all appear. So I find E, C, D, O, F, R, S. Now I repeatedly try to find maximum possible character to put on the first position. I need some subsequence out of that. What would be the very best character to put on the first position? It would be S. I don't want this in yellow. Is it okay if from Codeforces I first take S and then the rest of the string? No, because I lost some characters on the left. S is bad. But then I try some other characters and eventually I try O. I find first occurrence of O and I'm wondering, can I remove characters here in such a way that the first character will be O? It would require all the remaining characters to appear in this suffix, Deforces. And indeed, all characters that appear in the full string, they appear here in Deforces. So yes, O is a good character to be put on this position. After that, I forget about this prefix. Also, in the future, I will ignore O. I mark O as already done, or actually I unmark with exists as false. So I say that O doesn't exist anymore, and I'm only interested in other characters. And here, I'm looking for the next character to use. Let's go through code. Multiple times, while true. I try every character from Z all the way down to A, but preferably I want Z to put on the early position. If this exists still in a string, I take its first occurrence, so for O it was here, this one. First occurrence because then it's easier to say that the suffix is full with all the characters we need. Okay, this code is some simple code to find first occurrence. I just move by one to the right until I find it. Then I go through the suffix to say what characters appear there, and I say that This is good only if all the remaining characters, those that are in Boolean array exist, they are also in the suffix. If that's the case, then I print this character, like O, I unmark it, so now it doesn't exist anymore, I will never touch it again, and I say that from the next round I should go starting from the next index. So if start was here on position 1, then now, if I found a character and I took character from position 1, now everything else must be from position 2 forward. That's the logic. Have I ever been in Codeforces top 10? Yes. Stop asking so many questions that you can check. You can go to my Codeforces profile, and I think you know that, man. Algo Expert's content is not 1/10 as good as my live streams, but you know, it's well organized, so you pay for that. Kind of. You pay for the fact that you don't need to go through the internet and look for everything separately. There is some value there. $100 isn't a lot compared to what you're fighting for, so it's not a ripoff. I'm happy if you think that my explanations are better. Why can C be the first character? Like O is better. If you start with C, yes, C can be the first character, but you maximize lexicographically. So O is better. Preferably you would want Z here. If not, then Y. If not, then W. Eventually you try S, but S cannot be here. If you start the string that you do with with C, as you said, then whatever you put here, any string starting with O will be lexicographically greater, so better, than any string starting with C. If you maximize lexicographically, you need to first maximize the first character. That's the rule. That's how lexicographical comparison works. How can I check if I've been to top 10? Go to my profile and go to contests. Or just look at in my ratings, in the graph of rating, their performance of past contests. This Palindrome, stop asking those questions during streams. You can ask them on Discord or whatever. Don't waste time during stream. How are you checking whether all characters in the string are in the suffix? I'm going through the whole suffix and I'm marking all the characters that are there. One really good course is this. Algorithms Robert Sedgwick. Why the titles are so strange, like QWC. I don't know. So I'm just opening this on my other screen. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Didn't see that. I lost the tab. Okay, here it is. Can solve this in OFN? Good question. So now, if we look at our problem, how to do the same thing in linear time? We would need to speed up various steps that we did here. 26 times we repeat something. Because this part is linear, so no worries there. But then 26 times at most, we repeat the fact that we try each of 26 characters. And now, in linear time, we find first occurrence of a character. What I need here is to do it in constant time. So I would need to, instead of that, say int where is next occurrence of this character, character use, starting from position where. I know how to do this with preprocessing in this complexity. For every character, for every position, you can know where for the next time it will appear. So n times 26 is easy here. Then what do we do here? For this suffix, we go through and we check what characters are there. This can be replaced if we just for every character know where is its last occurrence. If I remember in advance that for character A, the last position is 30. For character B, the last position doesn't exist because B doesn't exist. For C, the last position is 15, and so on. Then when you deal with some suffix, let's say from position 20 onwards, you can just check each of those characters to see if it appears in the suffix. So for this you need last occurrence. How do you spell occurrence? Is it double R or single R? For each of 26 characters, you need to know the position of its last occurrence. That's easy linear preprocessing. This way we get rid of that, and that's it. So if we want really linear complexity, we would need to use this, finding next occurrence of a character, faster than n times 26 preprocessing. I'm not sure how to do it. Occurrence, double R. Okay, thank you. Can you also create a map along with exists to keep first occurrence of all existing characters? I can do that. Or I can do it in a slightly different way, but kind of equivalent to what you suggested. What about this? For every character, I can find all its occurrences. This is okay, of size 26. Now, go through the string, occurrences of this character, push back this position. Now, for example, for A, I will know that, oh, it appears on positions 5, 7, 20, and 105. Now, every time when I move start, so when start moves, I just need to move some pointer here. Like initially, I know that the next occurrence of A is here, but then it's all about moving this pointer, or even better, I will reverse it. So actually for A, I will know 105, 27, 5. Those are decreasing occurrences where A appears. And whenever I move start here, for each of those each of those arrays, I shrink it by pop backing as long as necessary. And then always I can access the last element. It will tell me what's the next occurrence of A. I think it's fine if we just do this. And I believe that we will not need exists because we will just look up occurrences. So, okay, let's try linear time complexity in this problem. It will be just, or actually I'm simplifying. It will be n plus 26 square or so, maybe even 26 cubic. But, you know, for big N, this N factor is more important. I can do in log n. I can binary search, but whenever start moves, it only moves to the right. So I can just pop back if I in advance reversed stuff. Oh, so let's, even without reversing, let's do this from the end. Like this. Now I have, for example, let's say for character A, I have positions 105, 20, 75. Positions where this character appears sorted decreasingly. Right, now for everything, if it exists, so if not empty occurrences of use, we need to find first occurrence. That's easy. I can as well show you the statement. Find first occurrence, okay, we don't need now the linear part. There is no in suffix. I can do this even better. Even without creating this Boolean array of size 26. All present. For every character, if it still exists, if its last occurrence, but because I have them in the order, that's 0 of 1, like here 105. If it's to the right or exactly on this position of where. So if in the suffix we have everything, then it's good, but if it's smaller than that, then this is not good. And only if all present, then we can indeed go with this character. If all characters are present in the suffix, then we print this character. And now what I am dating the start for every character while here, let's say that new start is 8, then I need to pop 7 and 5. So while not empty, and the back element is, what if it's exactly this? Then I don't want to pop because I'm still looking at this character. But if it's smaller, then new start, then pop back. The only disadvantage of this solution is that the word occurrences is very long and tricky to spell. But alright, compilation worked, but solution didn't work. I think I also need to say that I don't want this particular character anymore. Like here we have some double characters like LL. Nope. For the one that I used, character and position where, I need to completely clear it. Not to take it anymore in the future. Not to use it anymore. Convex hull, Codeforces. This looks alright. And we have now linear complexity. Yep. So yeah, it's like vector of things. Here I created array of size 26, where every element is a vector. So it's like occurrences of 0 is a vector, then occurrences of 1 is a vector, and so on. That's what I did. I could also go with vector of vectors. But whenever I'm creating something of small length, like 26, it doesn't matter much if I use an array or a vector. We can use stack to do it in linear time, if we just keep the last occurrence of every element. I don't know how, but I believe you. We can look up the editorial, I guess. Also, we will see a tutorial for the previous problem, triangle paths. There's only one way to visit all endpoints in ascending order of layer number, and there are cases. I think what here would be useful is that drawing, like the one I did, this one with red layers, where you see here in the drawing that if you don't spend an operation for that, there is no blue edge from one red area to another. So for sure you need a step, an operation. If you start from the first red area and you want to finish here in the last area, you need at least 2 operations, because to move to the next red area you need an operation. And I think it very well explains this, like the cost divided by 2. Why did they twice say the cost is the same? It's exactly the same formula. Oh, not the same. They round up versus down. I see. That's an ugly way to look at it. We finally have this. Let's see. So you're now back to our problem G from a moment ago. Each time we delete an arbitrary character, at least 2 times, T must be a subsequence of string S. Yeah, we're looking for subsequence, that I figured. We will consequently build the resulting string T, adding characters to the end. So, from the beginning, alright. To check if such a sequence of operations that find minimum index I such that t is included. Do they do the same? Okay, so repeatedly, but what is m? Oh, the number of distinct values. Okay, they count how many distinct characters are, let's say there are 10, then they repeat something 10 times, that's here. They repeat something 10 times, and they try every character, and they if something is good, then they maximize, and there is here function to check if something is good. There is filter. I don't know what filter does. Maybe reading the code might be easier. I create a string here inside for every character in S. If found first. Oh, I see. I see what the function filter does. So their solution is, I think, n times 26 square, so it's the slow one. And what they do is this. When they try, let's say with word Codeforces, they try character O, then they go through a word, and the first time when they have something equal to O, they mark found first as true. Found first becomes true. And for every other character, like D, only when you look at D and found first is true, that's here, we say that this character is allowed. Then we return the string, and in this string, the string will contain basically the suffix that excluded the character O. So in this case, the function filter will return deforces, so deforces without O, and then we count how many different characters are here, and then we say if it's all the remaining characters, then we say that okay, this character C was good to be removed. I think that if you remove this and you also count this character, this very character, you can also remove -1. So this, I would say this code is a bit overcomplicated by few characters. How to improve at string problems? Practice string problems. That applies to every category. How to improve at geometry? Practice geometry problems. What is a string? What is love? String is some concept in programming. But if you don't know for sure, you don't want to watch my streams. Sorry. They are not really for very beginners. Can I explain CC lunchtime? No, I didn't participate. Improve at improving? Good question. But for that, start by reading this. By reading my advice on how to practice, you will, I guess, improve at improving. Because how to practice basically means how to improve efficiently at something. It's very religion heavy. What is religion heavy? Oh, the Polish education system? Not that much. Could be worse. My experience with religion in school was fine because I could just do math during my religion classes in school. The teacher didn't mind, at least in high school and middle school. So what about the stack solution? Somebody told me in the chat that there is stack solution here. What is it? We go from the start or from the end? What do we keep in stack? Will I solve Google Code Jam problems? I solved them, and I will upload a video on YouTube. Math and religion heavy then? Maybe you're right, Kostka. So if it's religion heavy but your teacher doesn't mind you doing any other stuff, then it's heavy on whatever topic you prefer. Your second solution is same as a stack? Is it? I wouldn't say so. This one? I mean, the occurrences I basically gather in some kind of a stack if I then pop from the end, but I wouldn't call it stack at all. More like, I don't know, a queue? Not really a queue. Yet. I wouldn't categorize this solution as stack. Linux better for coding? Not necessarily. If you learn right tools, then every system will be fine. I learned how to use Linux, so I program in Linux. But don't try to switch if your friends and your school doesn't use Linux. Difference between Polish and American education system? I don't know. I don't know much about American education system. How to practice efficiently. Are you trolling me, guys, or not? All right, this is the advice. Follow the link. People on YouTube will not see the link actually, so this is the link. All right, I'm finishing the stream. Thank you all for watching. In around 2 hours, Code Jam will end, so then you will be able to see my solutions on YouTube. The YouTube Ericto channel. The one where most likely I already forgot the password because still the profile pic has Hantasat. Did I say Hantasat? I meant Santa Hat. So thanks for watching. See you, I guess, in 2 hours. I mean, you will see me. I will not see you. Can I have your phone number? You can make a guess. All right. There are no subscriptions, but you can, if you want to hang out, consider joining the Discord server. All right, bye-bye. How many points does it take to advance? I don't